Kansas superintendents there at the Superintendent Summit. This is Hal Bowman. I'm the founder, the creator, the sole presenter of the Teaching a Rockstar professional development event, and we have a couple of amazing days coming up in Kansas. February 6th, Lawrence, Kansas, full day Teaching a Rockstar event. It's going to be awesome. The next day, South, Girard, Kansas, February 7th. It is going to be amazing too. And I want to extend a personal invitation to your teachers. Send some teachers, man. It is going to be amazing. Now listen, I know it is really challenging to take teachers out of a classroom. Like, teaching time is our most valuable commodity that we have for driving achievement. I get it, but I promise you, this is a day that they're going to love. It's meaningful. It's going to matter. This is the day that this is the professional development event that makes a difference in the lives of teachers and their career. And here's why. Not only do we give them everything that they want, but we also give them everything that they need. All that stuff they need to make a difference in the lives of their kids. Here's the thing, man. Like, every teacher that's still in the classroom, that are still doing this crazy job, they're there for one reason and one reason only. That is that they want to be the most important adult in the lives of their kids. They want to be the one that the kid talks about for the rest of their lives. And with the Teaching a Rockstar event, what we do is we teach them how to use the content of their classroom, the curriculum, whatever it is at any grade level, K through 12, whatever they're teaching, how to use that class as the vehicle to make a deep, profound, lifelong difference in the life of their kids. It's not about just how do we take this information and stuff it into that noggin, getting the knowledge into the noggin, but how do we affect that kid's heart as well? How do we do it simultaneously and synergistically? Because you and I both know from the research, the data tells us that is what drives lifelong learning, and it drives achievement, drives the test scores, increases attendance. And it's going to be an amazing day. Send me some teachers. Hey, when you think about who to send, you know what I would do? Send some of your most influential, like, alpha teachers, those teachers that serve as leaders, natural leaders in the school, because they're the ones going to take this information back and give it to everybody else. In addition to that, send some teachers that need it. Like, listen, this profession is the most exhausting profession on the planet. Exhausting physically, intellectually, emotionally. Send me those teachers that we can get refocused and refueled and back in the classroom, making a difference in the lives of kids. All right, now, I know at your summit you have a focus on school culture, and let me see if I can add a little bit of value inside of a couple of minutes for you today. Man, I've been on the road for the last decade of my life, traveling around, working with schools. I've been in hundreds of schools, and the whole focus is to have an impact on school culture. How do we revolutionize school culture in a single day? Like, my work with schools, man, I don't have like a 5-year plan. I got like 10 hours. I get there at 6 in the morning. I'm leaving right after school. So we have about 10, 12 hours to really make a shift in the trajectory, the school culture trajectory. And here's what I found. Now, as you're writing all your notes and you're putting all your research and all the stuff they're giving you today, if it were me, I would make sure I would put all that into the context, the framework of those two ingredients that really shift school culture. And for me, man, there's only like a couple ingredients. When you boil it all down, the two most important things for shifting school culture, it always comes down to, one, people, and two, the relationships between those people. Like, people, I'm talking about everybody, every stakeholder in the educational process. Kids, teachers, faculty, staff, every adult on campus, administrators, people in the central office, the community, everybody that plays a role, and then all the complicated, complex, intricate, layered relationships between all of those people. So as we're talking about shifting school culture, since it's about people, the focus really has to be less on what we're trying to do and more on who we're becoming. When we're focusing on what we're trying to do, and that's all we're talking about, the what, we're trying to raise test scores, we're trying to raise achievement, drive rigor, decrease teacher turnover, increase student attendance. When we're focused on the what, anytime we're focused only and solely on the what, this thing becomes a job. And a job will always become a grind. And the reason they call it the grind is because it will grind you down. But when we're focused on the who we need to be to make all that stuff happen, who we need to be together as a school family to make all those things a reality, when we're focused on the who, that becomes the mission. And the mission is always fueled by passion. And with passion as the fuel, man, there's infinite resources for passion. But when we're talking about the grind, that's a finite amount of fuel for grind. The fuel for grind is discipline and work ethic, and people always wear down. A passionate teacher, a passionate educator will forever outwork a grinding educator. So the question is, like, people always ask, man, what's the biggest difference? Okay, we get it. Like, it's all about the people and the relationships and the who. Like, what's the biggest difference between those schools that are off the charts amazing, like teachers are begging to work there, willing to take ridiculous pay cuts to get into that district, and all those other districts? Here's the biggest difference. And I'm going to tell you the difference between like a good school and like off the chart, statistical outlier, amazing school. In terms of school culture, here it is. Those schools where it's just average, it's good, it's fine. I'll ask a teacher. I'll say, hey, tell me about school culture. And when it's good, you know what I hear at those good schools? I hear, oh my gosh, school culture is amazing. We have this principal on staff. She is amazing. She's like a whirlwind of positive energy that comes down the hallway. She's phenomenal. Or on that campus, I'll ask a teacher to tell me about school culture on the campus, and I'll hear something about some sort of program or initiative. Oh my gosh, school culture, it's awesome here. You know why? We just started PBIS. And it has made all the difference in the world. Or I'll hear about we have champs, or we're doing leader in you, leader in me, and they'll tell me about some initiative. The difference is when I'm on a campus, like a statistical outlier campus, what I call the renegade school, but unbelievable school culture. The difference is when I ask a teacher there on that campus, tell me about school culture, what I hear inevitably, school culture, it's unbelievable. You know why? Because I pull up in the parking lot early in the morning and I get out of my car. As I'm getting my bag out of my car and I'm walking across the parking lot, I'm looking at the doors of that school and I'm getting myself in the zone. I'm shifting my mindset where they start telling me about what they're personally doing to impact school culture. That's the difference. On those campuses, in those districts where it's pretty good, everything's fine for now. It's about some sort of administrator. It's about some sort of program that's happening. Everybody else, where it's unbelievably awesome. The difference is that every single adult on that campus, they believe that they are personally responsible. They are solely responsible for the culture on this campus. Every single one of them believes that. And I think one of the biggest reasons that every single one of them believe it, you know what it is, man? They understand that they all share the same role on campus. Every adult on that campus shares this. They all have different job titles. There's educator, food service worker, custodian, school nurse, principal, secretary. They all have a different title, but they all share the same role, and that is to make a deep, profound, lasting, lifelong positive impact on the lives of those kids in that school. And everybody, I was at a school recently in Louisiana, and you know what it was? I was there, and I'm looking on the wall, like in the entry of the wall, I'm looking on the wall, and they have Teacher of the Year from all the years gone by, and right there, 2018 Teacher of the Year, school custodian. The school custodian won Teacher of the Year. Teacher of the Year is voted on by the teachers. They vote the school custodian as a Teacher of the Year. That's when you know you made it, like you're there. That's the biggest difference. All right. So as you're absorbing all the great information, all the awesome sauce that they are serving up today, put it in that framework, that context of those two ingredients in the recipe, people and the relationships between all those people. And don't forget, Teaching a Rockstar, February 6th, Lawrence, Kansas, February 7th, Girard, Kansas. It's going to be an amazing day. Get your teachers registered, and I will see them there. It's going to be awesome.